Hello WRCT viewers, and welcome to the Mayor's Merchant of the Month for the month of March. Joining me here today is Barbara Whitecamp of the Frame Shop, located at 41 West Market Street here in the vibrant city of York, Pennsylvania. Barbara, congratulations to you.
Thank you. It's quite an honor. I appreciate it.
You're quite welcome. Barbara, would you mind sharing with our viewers what all you have to offer here in your great establishment?
We offer a complete custom picture framing service, which not only includes picture framing, but we do dry mounting, laminating, needlepoint, cross-stitch services. We do commercial consultations where we go out to establishments if they have a large need that we would walk through a facility and then give them advice in steering them to artwork and other decorating suggestions. And we've been working slowly. We started small on Beaver Street 28 years ago, and we've been here at 41 for 26 plus years.
Great.
And got into the artwork part of it.
Great, great. And would you mind sharing, where does most of your artwork come from?
We started slowly with just the museum pieces, just for customer demand. And then we started traveling to New York to our trade shows through art and framing, through the industry. And we had the opportunity to see artwork of all calibers from all over the world, from the top name collectors to just casual poster art, which 20 years ago was the big thing, was the affordable posters, and that's what really got us our good start here in downtown. Okay. And your framing, where does that come from? Framing, in the beginning of the industry, it was mostly manufactured here in the United States. I'm sad to say that most of our moldings now are imports. Raw aluminum, the aluminum frames have to be done from raw materials. They can't be recycled because they have too many blemishes. The wood manufacturing industry, a lot of the products come here, but again, they're designed and milled overseas, a lot of them from Europe. And you have dealers that deal from all over the United States who come and solicit their moldings to us, and then we select from there. Okay. And why did you choose to locate your business in the city of York, Pennsylvania? Well, I have to honestly say, I kind of fell into it in the sense that I was a partner with my brother first, and he's the one who taught me the framing industry. Okay. And it was an existing business, so even with my ownership of 28 years, the frame shop was owned by other folks that originally was only 2 doors from this location. And it just was a good fit. I mean, I'm a York County farm girl, but I have to honestly admit, after coming out of high school and working in retail and malls, that I much prefer the open atmosphere of downtown. Great. The people are wonderful, working with professional business people to just the everyday people who live here in the city. It's just a wonderful experience. Great. And what are your store hours here at the Frame Shop? Well, we are pretty traditional. It's Monday through Friday, 10 to 5, and Saturday, 10 to 4. We have found that doing a 6-day week worked better for our clients than working the evening hours for us. And we've never been open on Sundays. That's that day, a special day. Yes. And if anyone is interested in learning more about the Frame Shop, where could they go? Well, there's always the Yellow Pages, the Yellow Book USA. There's always the computer, which it took me a long time to become computer friendly, and it's that right brain, left brain thing. Yes. But I just developed a new website from Blue Wave Computer Company, 2 young men entrepreneurs, and we have a website now that is you can find us online, and I'm cheating, at www.frameshopyork.com. Great. Well, thank you. And would you mind showing me around and showing some of your artwork to us? I would love to. Great. Okay, great. Welcome again to the Frame Shop. My name's Barbara, and I'm the owner of the establishment. And I would like to take a few minutes to browse through the gallery just to show you some of the highlights of the different styles of artwork that we offer to you. First of all, my favorite subject is people art. So I start with all different ethnicities. We'll start here with the Asian. We have a very prominent artist from the West Coast. His name is Carl Bang. And as you can see, the women and women with animals is his format. It's the mystery of the female sex that he likes to promote in his art. High quality. He is distributed all over the world. Again, we have some casual Asian artwork, watercolor on silk, very traditional, very affordable. And what I try to do is to show different styles of framing with circle mats in square frames as well as circle frames. There's different glass treatments with UV plexi to UV museum glass and just plain regular glass. Quality of the artwork usually dictates the style and the quality of the glass itself to protect the color integrity of the art from fading. We'll move forward, and as you can see, I try to have a little flavor for everyone since our community is very culturally mixed. We have African American artwork. I love photography. We have black and white photography. This is a local artist from Harrisburg who tries to incorporate her African heritage in her style of artwork. Generational, we move into the mystery again of African animals. And just to show you that no matter what you have to frame, if you put a little extra in, it doesn't have to look as what it is. For instance, this is a puzzle that has been glued, matted, and covered with glass. And from a distance, it can appear to be the same quality of artwork as the $700 piece of artwork. But it's a $15 puzzle, so when you're thinking of artwork and you think you can't afford it, you can look from one end to the other as far as cost and being able to have artwork that you enjoy in your home. The framer can do their job and make it look that much more impressive through the framing. We'll move on, and we'll just go through up the wall here. We have a lot of Native American lovers in this area, and wildlife is right there, from wolves, very popular, to eagles and horses. So we have a lot of those type of prints. Judy Larson is one of my favorites. For instance, the puppies that you see here. It's called Child's Play, and if you look at the image, you think the puppies are playing on just a pile of rocks. But if you focus on the image, you will see two children instead of rocks. And it allows the person to look and study and enjoy and not just instantly see what you think you see, but to study the artwork a little bit more. We also have petite art pieces, I call them, just small little pieces to enjoy, all different styles, from primitive art to linoleum block, and they're framed up very inexpensively. You can always put a nice little piece of artwork over a light switch in your home, and it's just one way that when you turn that light out to have something that brings you joy in no matter what subject it is, that you can see that the last time you turn off the light or the first thing you see when you turn it on. We have fun art with humor. There's just all different, and local art also representing our York Fest here in York. Some of their posters. Again, we have a very, very strong following of wildlife art. The ducks have always been very, very popular with Pennsylvania duck themes. More for the men that way, but also for the women. We have the little more decorative songbirds, decoys for that real 18th century look. Again, this happens to be the Nevin family, who are a Pennsylvania group of artists where the father, mother, and the two daughters all do plate etchings. And they're just high quality, good talented from Airville, Pennsylvania. And I've been selling their art for many, many years. I have a large selection of theirs. Nature's another big thing that sells very well, and it's one of my joys. I love flowers and birds and butterflies. We have anything from wall sculptures that are made out of copper, and it's shredded glass, which is fired, and it just remelts, and it's by Bovano. And it accents and complements, where you can have colors complementing with the flowers, a theme of birds and butterflies. So everything just doesn't have to be artwork under glass. It can be a lot of creative things as well. You can see all the different types of birds, very, very popular themes, from a very photographical look to a very expressive look. And decorative art, Lena Lou, I sell a lot of her for my decorators. Because her colors are so soft and so blended that they can work in just about any color scheme, and we can make it work in all different styles of decorating. We'll just go through here again. I want to point out the table you're looking at here. This is antique wood top, which has been taken from barns that have been torn down, handcrafted and reassembled as it was 150 years ago with the old wooden pegs. And these are crafted by a local artisan. His name is Michael Lighty. And he will design a table to your specifications. I have several here in the gallery to represent his work. And the thing here is all handcrafted, hand stained with the old buttermilk pattern stains. And it has that real beautiful rustic colonial look. We also offer modern artwork as much as we do the traditional art. We're getting a younger group of people here in York with the new apartment complexes, and they seem to have a tendency to enjoy more contemporary art. We have here's a few pieces here with the flowers. The wine and the grapes is very popular. We have a few pieces on easels that can show you some contemporary pieces that we can catch back through when we go back through the other way. We have some fun things for the children and for what I would call our Trekkie fans. This is something that I got involved with back when they were making the movie Star Trek VI with Gene Roddenberry, and the artist's name is Michael David Ward. His medium is reverse painting on glass, and what the artist does to achieve all of this beautiful detail, he would mix chemicals into the paint and then light it on fire so that the paints would blend themselves in this swirling technique. And if you've ever gotten to see any of the photos on the news through the satellites who are sending back pictures of outer space, it's as though he has captured those exact same images so wonderfully. And the colors are extremely vibrant, wonderful to look at. It is an old art method, was very, very popular in Europe during World War II, the reverse painting on glass. So what the artist basically does is paints the top color first and paints everything in reverse. So when you think of it, the artist is finishing a painting, he's putting the last thing on top. At the very last step, he has to put everything in reverse. In my viewpoint, it makes it that much more difficult, but very, very interesting technique. Born and raised in York County. I'm also a very patriotic person. I have in our town we have, of course, a lot of attorneys and professional people here. So I found myself after going to Washington with my family and my 4 grandchildren, I found myself being very interested in the structures of Washington, D.C. So in looking for something different for my gallery, I found this collection of artwork by Du Bois is his name, and it shows some of the beautiful structures of Washington. And I think a lot of times they go unappreciated, but when you can see them from a distance like this through an artist's eye, which are actual canvases, they are not photographs, that you can put these anywhere and feel the patriotism, from the Vietnam Wall to our White House, of course. But God and country, of course, we can't allow ourselves to go past. This same artist has this series of the story of Christ, which is very, very popular here. We've done well with that. So there's just a little bit of something here for just about everybody to enjoy. And that's what I like to try to steer my gallery to, from pottery, which is something I used to do myself when I was strictly high school level. But this gentleman is from Pittsburgh and was traveling through looking for a buyer, and he was headed toward Philadelphia. And his style, his colors, his glazings are just so unique that I just had to have them for my gallery because they were just so different. And my clients have found them very enjoyable. As we go back through the gallery, one of the most popular subjects for York Countyans is what they know. And York County is farms. So when you look at the gallery, I love all different styles of the old stone barns. I look at this piece and I just think the little brown church in the dell, which we used to sing in Sunday school, nature, woodlands, children fishing, the common things that my parents would have done on a quiet Sunday afternoon, but today I can do that same thing with my own grandchildren and find it very enjoyable to this day. People love their animals, so we have a lot of pets. The dog prints, we have some beautiful story-like pieces here, where not only you have the children at play with their pet with them on a dock. We have an artist from Canada where the dog is the subject in the print, and he is thinking about his past master and his past playmate, the cat, who's on the table. So it's telling you a story from the pet's perspective, and the animal lovers love that. Excuse me. Here are a few pieces that I found when we were in New York. Again, they're a little bit upper end, but they are giclée on acid-free paper. This gentleman happens to be originally from Georgia, and we were doing a corporate job here locally in York, and they wanted more contemporary art. So in our search, we found Mr. Strickland, which is the very abstract piece here, and Ray Byram from Georgia. So that even with the traditional nature, we have a beautiful transition into the contemporary side. And it's surprising how many people can appreciate the real modern style of artwork, which I do as well. Again, I told you earlier that people are one of my favorite subjects. I never get tired of looking at how artists can put the human being in different circumstances, from children to aging people. Andrew Wyeth is one of my very first loves, where I carry a lot of open editions of Andrew Wyeth's classic pieces. It just reflects on grassroots arts and of how rural Pennsylvania was, and it helps you to remember days that your grandparents may have lived, and you can reflect back on and appreciate what you have even today, as we have modernization with carried cell phones, you know, where back in their day they had no phone, so it's a horse and buggy. So it's a beautiful reflection of time, and in the visibility of people, the simplicity of life, from playing a violin, the horse and buggy, going to the theater, to a little bit of a touch of modern Europe, music. And I end my gallery with a collection of children's art with, again, a promotional of most of the art that I can find for York. And above my corner samples here for framing, you'll see an assortment of local artists who have put together art over the years to represent our historic sites of York. And they've done very well for us. We enjoy talking about them. The artists are very educated about the history of York, and they put that effort into their artwork, which makes it that much more interesting to sell to you, the customer. And last but not least, we have the beach scene. Everybody here in York's big beach lovers. They always travel down to the shore, so we get a lot of demand for beach. So we've covered just about every aspect. I don't do a lot of sports, but we have a little bit here for little baseball lovers, and mostly from the child sport level. And that pretty much concludes the tour of our artwork. There's so much more artwork that is not framed, and currently, because of our competition with computer sales, what we're offering is some wonderful, wonderful deals on our inventory that we have here in place. I'd love for you to come down and celebrate with us for being here 28 years. And I'd love to show you more of what I have to offer here for you. Thank you for taking this time.
To be here at the Frame Shop in downtown York to recognize our March Merchant of the Month. We're excited and thankful that she's here right in downtown York and in partnership with Downtown Inc. Linda is here with us representing Sunny. She'll tell you all that. Along with board members, we have City Councilman Henry Nixon with us, and I don't know if there's any other City Council people. Our Director of Economic and Community Development, Kevin Schreiber, all of the city staff, my right and left hand, they're already shopping. Deb Bush, as well as Aquina, who did the interview with and we're real happy again about being able to select you. This is a unique kind of retail, but it is retail in downtown York, and we want folks to know that you're here. Come support, promote. We're promoting. You come and support her. Get some frame art. Get your art framed. And Aquina probably said all that on the interview. So
you're hired.
Okay. Without further ado, again, it is our honor to present you with our Merchant of the Month in partnership with Downtown Inc. And I know Linda has a word or two to say. Yes.
All right. And I'm very thrilled to be here. I am the president of Downtown Inc. Normally, Sunny Hunsinger, our director, does this, but she is on a much-needed vacation in California, so I am happy to fill in. And I'm particularly happy to do the recognition for Barb Whitecamp, because I've been coming in and having things framed here for 27 years now. She was just giving me a little reminder that she did start on Beaver Street, which I vaguely remember, but she's been in this building for 26 years, and that's a real testament to her loyalty to downtown, which we're thrilled. She takes a lot of pride in her work, and I know that you could come in our office and see her craftsmanship on just about every wall, and I think probably in most all the businesses downtown if you looked around. So I think probably the city needs to get a bunch of artwork for your new offices.
You heard it from a taxpayer. I have some art framed and some other things by Barb as well, but indeed, Linda, you're right. So.
And I would just mention that we do have a couple of Downtown Ink board members here. Krista's back there, and Gary Sark is here. Did I miss anybody? We can kind of count Kim. Did she scoot out? Oh, she's hiding over there. Kim is not on our board anymore, but of course she was president for the last few years. So thank you all for stopping in. Tell your friends to come shop at the Frame Shop, and thank you, Barb, for choosing York. We know you have a choice, and we really do appreciate that you are downtown. So
thank you.
On behalf of the mayor and the city and Downtown Ink, we want to recognize you for 28 years in the city.
Yeah.
Yes, so thank you.
Thank you very much. Well, I want to thank you all for coming to share this special evening. I can just say that over 28 years, I have such a large extended family, and it's more than a job. And the people that I have met, the experiences of my clients, the friends I've made, it's endless. And it's hearing the interesting stories, being a part of it and sharing it and creating something around it that will be memorable, not just for me, but for the client themselves. And it never gets old. Every day we get a different new client, and it gets exciting all over again. And I just feel blessed to have been able to find this gift and to share it with everyone here.
Well, don't retire now.
I know, this sounded kind of final.
No, she can't retire because I bring my cross stitch to her.
Oh,
well, look, I'm always
cross stitching. Don't take it. You do cross stitching.
I'm always looking for an apprentice.
Don't take it out to the other places.
Oh, I would never.
Come downtown to the Frame Shop. We recognize our Merchant of the Month, Barb.
Yes. Thank you very much.